What's going on? Okay, what I'm going to talk about in this video is link building when it comes to AdSense sites, and the number one mistake AdSense publishers always make in this whole situation that they don't even realize. And it's kind of hysterical, but before we really get to it, I want you to think about this from the side of the person who might be giving you a link. Okay, so you produce this great content, right? Then you go out to people and you start to promote it. You say, hey, I have this great piece of content. Would you share it? Hey, I wrote this article. Would you take a look at it? Hey, I noticed that you linked to a similar resource on your page, but I believe my resource is vastly better. Would you take a look at it? And let's say you really did produce some content that was just knocked it out of the park. You did amazing, and somebody took the chance and said, okay, this person doesn't seem so bad. I'm going to go to their site and take a look at it. That's where like the problem begins for most AdSense publishers. See, as an AdSense publisher, I understand what you're doing when you deploy really aggressive ad placements. You want to generate the most amount of revenue possible for your site through display ads, and so you put them in positions where you think they're going to get the highest page click-through rate. But the problem is that you're now presenting this content for other people to either share or look at or hopefully link to. But your ad placements look so aggressive that they come across as spammy. That is the biggest mistake I see AdSense publishers make all the time when it comes to getting traffic to their site or backlinks or promoting their content. They don't slow down and realize that if they want people to then extend their reputation on your content and have their readers come and take a look at it, that you need to really tone it down on those ad placements. Number one, the number of ads you have deployed on that page, and number two, where they are on the page. You don't want to come across as spammy. Even if the content is amazing, but the ads look spammy because they're everywhere and they block out some of the content, you're not going to get links, you're not going to get shares. People are going to be like, oh, well, this person's just out for themselves, and that's that. So, what I suggest you do to not make that mistake is really, really simple. It's just time the deployment of your ads. And by time, I mean, if you spend 20% of your time making content, 80% of the time promoting it, and you spend one day making this post or this article or creating this content, and then you spend, whatever it is, 6-7 days promoting it. For those 6 or 7 days that you're out there promoting it, don't have ads on it. And not only should you not have ads on it for that period of time, but I'd say extend that a week or two. Maybe not even put ads on it for the first month. And the reason is when you're doing all this outreach and you're out there trying to contact people, your share graph and your link graph doesn't just spike. It does to an extent, but it spikes and then it begins to taper a little bit. And in that taper period, you're still picking up links and shares and getting this traffic and establishing that page with the search engines. But if you immediately deploy ads in a very aggressive manner, that taper off is going to be a much more sudden slope off for the reasons that you didn't deploy ads on that page to begin with. So slow it down on the ad deployment. Wait maybe a month before you really start doing it. If you did, outreach for 6-7 days or whatever. The longer you do outreach, the longer you should wait to deploy the ads. Okay, not everyone checks their emails all the time, especially if somebody owns 10 sites. They might not go to every domain's email address and check it every day. So you might not get responses for a week or two, or maybe even 3, and you don't want to have created the scenario where you deployed ads in that time. And, then you're back to square one. So just hold off on the ads when you're promoting the content. When you're in that stage of just promoting the content and search engine traffic really hasn't begun to roll in yet, really either limit your ad placement, eliminate it altogether, or just be very, very cautious about where on the page it is. Maybe below the article is okay, something like a related content type feature, or maybe a media.net type link box is okay. But don't have ads like in the upper portion of the content in the middle. Don't block out content. Don't do anything really spammy while you're promoting this content. It's a very critical stage in the link building process for you, and you want to, keep that promotion activity going for as long as you can as you begin to pick up links and shares. And remember, if you're picking up a lot of social shares, that content has a tendency to get reshared for a period of time, sometimes, many months. So, if you immediately start, deploying ads on it, those shares are going to drop off too. And I know what you're thinking, like, well, shares don't help me rank in the search engine, but shares can also come out to equate links. So, really, it's just slow it down on the self-serving aspect, go back to the concept of provide value first and then cash out later. Slow down on the ad deployment. Maybe you might even want to wait a couple months. It really depends on your niche, depends on your promotion strategy. It depends on how people pick up the content. So to recap, if you want to avoid this problem, don't deploy ads right away or be very cautious about their deployment. All right. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.